Hey everyone, I'm Nina Zeta with Sidewalker Daily, and in today's video, we are going to talk about TikTok hashtags. Now, if you're new to our channel, welcome. Our agency, Sidewalker Daily, we work with brands on their influencer campaigns, and we also work with influencers and content creators on developing their business. So for hashtags, I've seen a lot of I understand hashtags from the very root of it, especially for all the social media clients that I've had. And whether you're on TikTok or on Instagram or whatever business on social media, hashtags have become really important. Now, I understand it's also kind of tricky to stand out in a sea of so much content. I think the reason hashtags are so important, whether it be on TikTok or any social media platform, is that from a user experience, it helps categorize your content in this sea of content, right? So it makes it easier for people to find you. It makes it easier for people to be able to see where your content fits. Because ultimately, if you're not using hashtags, you're just putting the content out there and hoping that, it just kind of falls into the ocean of content. But by using certain hashtags, you're not only, driving visibility and brand awareness, you're really also helping the users, understand where this content belongs. So it's a really great way to categorize your content. TikTok has a lot of monthly users. We're talking 500 million monthly active users, people. So I get that it is an overwhelming amount of content, but hashtags are going to be a great way for you to not only categorize your content, but also to acquire and reach new people. Now, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be talking about hashtags, but I've been really studying and researching TikTok up and down, and I'll include a link below to our audio seminar that's all about TikTok. If you're interested in learning about, other things such as monetization or brands, strategy, all that good stuff. So I'll make sure to include that link below. So another reason hashtags are super exciting and useful for TikTok is that it's going to help you increase your reach as well as increase your brand awareness. So if you're a creator, you need to look at yourself as, your own brand. And it's important to drive brand awareness so people can kind of learn about your brand, your services, what it is that you're offering. And the same thing goes for reach. Now, what I love about TikTok is that the algorithm is super interesting because you do not need to have one follower to get your content in front of the eyeballs of people. Whereas on Facebook or Instagram or other social media platforms, you need to have followers. TikTok will actually share your content with, people that you don't know. If you have a public account, you're increasing your reach, you're increasing, your followers and your engagement and all that good stuff. So definitely really cool thing about TikTok is its algorithm. Now I'm going to show you how to find hashtags. So as you can see, we're on the Discover page. You have your home page, Discover, Inbox, and Me. This is the Discover section, and TikTok on the very top has a slideshow, and this is where they put different challenges, but they also put sponsored challenges. So let's take a look at a sponsored one, and we know it's sponsored because it says sponsored. And when you click it, you'll see all these different things that say official. That means it comes from the company. So this is a really cool way to see what brands are doing on TikTok. And the reason it's also sponsored is because here there's a buy now link and there's also a disclaimer. So this is a way that you're going to be able to know, hey, these are the brands that are participating in TikTok challenges. This is where they're spending their money. And it's super interesting just for you guys to also know how brands are running ads, because it kind of lets you get ahead of the curve if you're pitching to them. And if you're a brand, it lets you see what your competitors and how they're spending their money on TikTok. Here you have also all the trending hashtags. So if you're looking to participate in a hashtag, you see the My Skin and Me one, that was one that was actually sponsored. We see it right here as well. The same with the meal prep, and that was something we saw on the top. Another reason we love hashtags is because it helps you find people that you can potentially collaborate with. So if you use maybe a local hashtag, whether it's hashtag your city blogger or hashtag your city influencer, like Miami influencer or Miami blogger, you can start to meet other TikTokers. And I know on Instagram, there's tons of different Insta meets that used to happen where people Instagrammers would get together and they would all go shoot. Well, I'm assuming, and I'm quite confident that TikTok things are going to start popping up too, where TikTokers kind of get together and co-create and like co-share. And it's great to collaborate and to find others through hashtags, because it's going to allow you to grow your business, grow your engagement, and then ultimately you'll be able to monetize your page, because the pages that have higher engagement are those that, brands really want to work with. And if you are a brand and watching this video, by using hashtags and collaborating with other people in your space, other thought leaders, other influencers potentially, this can only help drive your business as well. Now, on the flip side, though you can use hashtags to help you find people to collaborate with, it can also give you a sense of what your competitors are doing and also identify new ones. So hashtags are a great way to kind of keep an eye on the competitive landscape and to kind of see what's happening out there, and what type of content is resonating well with maybe, on your competitor's page, things that, keep you in the loop. And it's super important to always stay on top of this as a business owner. It's kind of like our job to just kind of like be in the in and understand what's happening. So using hashtags as a way to identify your competitors is a super important, trick. And like on any social media platform, hashtags are just going to help you get more followers. They just do. When you hit on a hashtag and people are searching it, it is super likely that your content will get stumbled upon and will drive up your follower rate. And I know that it's important on any social media platform to build a community and to build an audience. So hashtags are going to help you grow your following. So you may be wondering, how do I find the right hashtag? Or like, what type of hashtags should I use? So I guess the number one tip or the number one thing to consider is this. TikTok tells you which hashtags are trending. It's basically giving you the information right then and there on the Discover page. So you can just pull it up and see those trending hashtags and then participate in that conversation. If you see a hashtag is trending, then you can start to create content around that, jump in and create content that speaks to that hashtag. That's probably one of the best ways to kind of understand which hashtag you should use. Another way to find hashtags is to just look at the content that you like and see what hashtags they're using. And this is something that you can just keep note on your phone while you're scrolling and while you're seeing, oh, I like this content, or I really like this video, or that's funny. What hashtags are those creators using? It can kind of help identify if those are the right ones for you. And the same goes for when you're doing your competitor analysis. If you see different competitors and you're looking at their hashtags and their page is doing well, it can be a signal for you that this is something that you also may want to consider. And then lastly, like where to find hashtags. One thing that I think that could also work is if you have a hashtag list that you use for your Instagram posts and they do well on Instagram, then you're probably going to want to research those same hashtags on TikTok and see how they're performing there. It may not be the same and they may not be the same case, so you may have to do some tweaks, but it is a good place to start if you already have a hashtag list. And of course, there's hashtag generators out there that you can research and look up as well. But I would always recommend just to do that research and work yourself, because it's your business. And if you do the hashtag research, you're just going to feel a lot better than taking it off some sort of generator or list, which I personally would not recommend. I would recommend doing the homework yourself. So some things you're going to want to consider when you're developing your hashtag strategy is just if you're developing your own hashtag, you're going to want them to be short, right? So like if you have a hashtag that's like super long, what are the chances people are actually typing that? So try to keep them simple, clear, and think of hashtags kind of like keywords. If you're in YouTube or a blogger, you're probably a little bit familiar with keyword research, right? So one of the things I always recommend is to always take like a business approach to anything you do and try to think strategically. And the same goes for hashtags. So if you want to mix it up. If you're using a hashtag that has really, really high search volume, like I suggested on the trending ones, that's definitely a way to get in and like participate. But you may also want to look up hashtags that hover around 1,000 searches a month or 2,000 searches, not super, super high, so that your chances of being found and identified are actually more probable. So you'll want to make sure again that you're always testing and always tweaking. If you're using certain hashtags and they're like not working, switch it up. You're not married to them. You can just jump in, use different ones, and always like test your page and see, in real time how that page is doing and if the hashtags are working for you. So hope you guys enjoyed this video on TikTok hashtags. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, I will be linking our audio seminar on all things TikTok. If you guys need a one-on-one or interested in working on your business development, I will include a link to that below as well. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, and I will see you in the next video.